In this video we will briefly cover the extra ways to gain some Milky Way research consistently, as well as all 3 research data types casually from your strike teams. Research data is definitely a limiting factor in Mass Effect Andromeda. You try out a weapon and after a bit you realise it's not really for you, but unfortunately you spent a few hundred research data on it and are now a little bit too low to get another weapon to your level. Well, while these extras won't just magically solve this issue, it will make it a lot easier. One of the 2 main passive ways to gain consistent research data is through cryopods. 2 of them to be exact. Lab technicians will give you 100 Milky Way research every 45 minutes. This builds quite quickly. You may think that you won't be on the ship all that often, but there is a neat little trick which I personally don't consider a glitch or exploit. This is for PC users only, I should add. If you minimise the game while on the AVP screen, the game doesn't pause it and the time will continue to count down. So that's handy, especially if, like me, you are constantly popping in and out to check things and look things up. The second cryopod is accelerated research. This pod reduces the time it takes to get those points. This pod is not initially on your screen and should be unlocked when you start Haval, and requires Haval to have 70% viability. In all honesty, considering how good some of the later pods are unlocked are, the second research data giving pod isn't all that important. The 45 minutes is short enough for general gameplay. Now, strike teams are like many things in Mass Effect Andromeda, a bit of a mystery when you first see them. They are tied to multiplayer, but this will only cover the single player aspect. I do my bare minimum effort as far as strike teams, but I get fantastic reward from them in single player. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a full in-depth guide on the strike teams, and I'll sort that out after the weapon and armour field test and showcase videos. But for now, the bare minimum is to open up the menu. You will by default be on the middle of 3 tabs. Left tab is your strike teams. In this menu you can buy new ones with mission funds that you earn from completing strike team missions, but you can also permanently retire a team or power one up with a new trait. For casual passive single player strike team play, you only really need to go there to buy teams at the beginning. Your second team will cost 40 funds, all after that will go up in increments of 40. It should be noted that retiring a team doesn't make it 40 cheaper to buy the next. So back to the middle tab. There are 2 types of mission, and each mission type has a bronze, silver or gold rating. There's normal and apex. Apex are the hardest and give the best rewards. They are also playable in multiplayer. My method is to simply click through all the apex missions to find one I have a high percentage on and start that. Anything good at 50% I'll leave for the moment and go through the normal missions. I basically ignore the actual rewards it states, as if you do them often you damn near run out anyway. So just count through them, sending your teams off on the high percentage missions until you run out of teams. Come back in a few hours, see if they were successful and send them out again in the same manner. This way it requires almost no effort or attention and you'll win most of them and gain a surprisingly high amount of research data, weapons and minerals. I got 16 IROC sacks from 1 box the other day. So every time you check back in with the Tempest, collect your 100 Milky Way research and quickly sort your strike teams, and you'll be surprised just how quickly it all builds up. For those curious where the hell the weapon and armour videos are, don't worry, they will be back very soon. I'm currently away and will be back on the 14th of April, at which point I will test and edit my little heart out. Thanks for watching folks, like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't already, and have an awesome day.